All right. Are we doing this thing now? All right, let's see how we go. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Oh no. All right, maybe I should turn it up a little bit more. All right. Hopefully we'll be fine at this. Okay. Yeah. So today I was hoping to do a little bit of an art stream. Just have a little bit of fun with it. I got some concept ideas that I wanted to get across. Just gotta unplug my mouse and plug in my drawing tablet to get this going. Oh, there we go. Anyways, let's first get some music going. And today, my idea was brought forth by a good friend of mine, Crevice. You should check out his stuff on YouTube. He only has a YouTube channel right now for content. But he usually does some gaming, ultra kill stuff normally. And if you're into that, just I suggest subscribing to him and seeing some of his runs, because they're usually pretty good. Also, oh, sorry. Anyways, right now, the idea that I had was to continue with a technical. There we go. Hopefully that makes things a little bit better. All right. So, let me just check this. So nobody's gonna be telling me. That's all right. All right. Maybe I can turn you up a little bit more. All right. Maybe I can just. All right. Maybe I can just. All right. Yep. Screw it. That's gonna get annoying quickly. So. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. We're just seeing what we're at. Um. Anyways, right now, my idea was to do a little bit of concept work for a playable race that he had made for one of our D&D games, the Tithonids, which they're like a little bit of a bug race kind of thing. And in the lore, they were mutated. They were normal insects mutated by this odd chemical that turned them into these really big humanoid creatures, right? And they all have these cool, like, natural weapons and stuff with them. And I really wanted to kind of look into how that worked. Yeah, just normal canvas for this. All right. So, first one I wanted to do was take a look at the Mantis version's little arm blades, because they got these really cool, like, knives for arms. Not knives for arms, but little, like, knives on or in their arms. And it wasn't really specified how those actually look or how they work, so I had a couple of ideas a couple of days ago, right? Where you would kind of have the normal arm, I know it's crude, it's not going to be good, at least not to start out with, but you have the at least fairly normal arm, right? And it kind of splits open, right? Then you'll have like ligaments and stuff attaching it still. And I was thinking that the blade stop pulling that up. Would sort of come out of that. Yes, very crude drawing, but we can refine later and completely redraw later. Usually takes me ages to do this kind of stuff. But anyways, inside of the arm, there would be a kind of like pocket for the blade to go inside of, right? Kind of a sheath within the arm. So there would be like bone here, and then it would sheath itself right next to the bone. So they'd have to have some kind of like durable bones or whatnot. And then maybe even a little bit of the poison that turned them along the blade. Because, who knows, maybe it's a necrocatalyst fueled lubricant or something, right? Either lubricant or some kind of like healing kind of magical chemical thing. A naturally occurring compound that keeps their bones and flesh from sustaining continuous damage over time from the blade's resheathing and unsheathing. So it would split off back here at the elbow. And then have all the ligaments and tendons holding it still together, right? And then the bone or carapace would extend outwards, right? Probably wouldn't be as... Yeah, that right there probably wouldn't be as long. But, you know, a little bit of a joiner section. Because it would essentially like double back and fold in on itself. Yeah, that looks decent enough. Right, and then you got your... Stop! I hope there's a way to disable that or something for next stream, because that is annoying. Yeah, I know they're bad fenders, but I'm not focusing on that right now. Then you got the little pocket there. Maybe even show the bone. Why not at this point? Compound fractures. Who knows? Who cares about that, really? There you go. Seeing your arm for the first time do that. That's gotta be weird, right? You know, I gotta draw kind of like separated, not fully integrated hands. I gotta do that a lot more often than I think I would. Because I got so many characters with that style of segmenting on them, right? And I'm still not that great at it, ever. Anyways, I had the phone in there. Put a darkness in the pocket. Yeah, that's not a good play. I want to fix that. Ding, 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 ding. But yeah, it wouldn't extend. It wouldn't extend super far, right? Just enough to be a little bit of a threat. Whew. All right. I don't know, but guys are difficult to draw sometimes, but they're so fun. Yeah, just want to widen that a little bit. Now, how do you look? Oh, yeah, you're looking good. You're coming together. In fact, for this stuff, it might be onto the coloring. Oh, no. Why aren't you changing? What? I changed the color, right? There we go. I don't know why I was doing that. But yeah, you can do a lot of different things for mantises, but I usually like to stick with the classic green. I've seen some really pretty like yellows, whites, pinks and stuff in them, but there's just a classic charm that the green brings. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I always go with the darker shade and then build up my tones from there. Treating it kind of like painting non-metallic metals and stuff. Which, it's always really fun to see it come to life there. But sometimes difficult to try and finish a project because you don't see it all at once, right? And usually when the flat coloring, it won't look as great. And then the second shade will usually come along and make it look really bad for a little bit. It'll dirty it up for a while until you add in balance. Well, the third shade, which helps to balance it out and make it look good again. Since this is just a simple sketch, I'm not as worried about the execution of it. But still try. I want to get my base coats done. First. Don't open that, you silly. Oh yeah. This nice dark red will that'll look good. Yeah, I'm probably gonna recolor that with a lighter one. Oh yeah, you'll look good. Yeah, now you're looking a little fleshy. Hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking it would be a bone blade. Oh yeah, that's good for bone. Yeah, just that new non-aged bone. Just make it look good. Some little like get some gold in there for the eyes. Actually, I should probably make them brighter. Yeah, there. All right. So now with the flat coloring, it's starting to come together, you see? Right. Now it's time to make it look bad. All right. Now with the shading and highlighting, I think it's usually better to try and do all of that in one go. Yeah, that looks decent enough. Think I'm done. That. Just to add in a little touch. Yeah, that'll help bring it together. May not be the best at a lot of this, but I think coloring's really the bit where I start to bring it back and look better. Yeah, just a splash of color. All right. You are looking good, my dear sir. Oh wait, yeah, I usually don't even shape into size. Yeah, let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, yeah, it definitely doesn't look as great, but maybe with a little bit of practice with those, they'll look better. But anyways, we add another layer, right? And this is going to be basically just our final highlight layer, right? But we add in the finishing touches. No, don't. The flesh to look a little wet. So I want it to glisten a little bit. But yeah, that looks like us done with the mantis concept. Oh, actually, while we're putting on finishing touches, oh, I don't want to be that close. That's 9,000%. I know nobody will see the details, but oh no. Add in a little bit of necrocatalyst poison. And now we're done. Yeah. All right. So, now what next? What are we thinking? Could do Beetle Man. Oh, wait. Let's bring you down to about 5. Alright, yeah, that's definitely not what a rhino beetle looks like. I don't know, honestly, I've never drawn one, so. I'm gonna have to figure that out. At some point, anyways. But yeah, a little bit of a shorter stream right now. But, hey, Mantis Man, start of the Tithonid stuff. Well, my start anyways, I really enjoyed the mantis the most out of all of them. So, I don't know, a little bit of a look at how I draw Botus. And found out that the arm blades can be really cool looking if you just do something with them like that. Plus, the way this is right here, since it would probably be a little bit of a question of how Botus can stab someone and then grapple them, right? These could essentially move on their own accord, really. So when you stab in, he can still grab them with his hand as the blade's inside. So it's just a little bit of fun there. Especially for some kind of like grappling or interesting fight where you want to grab and use a whole bunch of different things. Anyway, sorry to cut it short, but I don't really know what else to draw right now. Just if you like the concept and like the kind of little bit of race and some of the lore behind it, please go over and give my friend some support. I'd really enjoy it if you did, and he'd really enjoy it if you did. Right? He doesn't do things super regularly, so just have some fun with him. Don't be too mean in the comments section. See you guys later.